If you're an ambitious professional working a full-time job and you're at your heaviest weight you've ever been, you're so frustrated with all the failed diets and so worried about your health, this video is definitely for you. You tried every single fucking thing that's out there. You've been cutting your carbs, you're doing a lot of fat diets, and you feel like you are not seeing the progress from just starving yourself, and you feel like your energy levels is low, your confidence is also low, and you're not sure what you're doing. Well, to be totally honest with you, you're making these 5 key weight loss mistakes that is stopping you from losing weight. And if you're not being aware of these 5 issues, you're never going to lose weight. So in this video, I'll break down what these mistakes are and what you should avoid so you can lose the weight and keep it off and become more healthy, confident, and have a fuckload of energy, being more confident being at your work and doing presentations. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also turn on the bell to get notified whenever I'm making a new video about weight loss advice. I use these tips to lose 60 pounds in 8 months and kept it off for 12 years, and also have several men and women lose the weight and keep it off, and I'm so pumped to help you as well. The first mistake you're making is that you're relying on doing a fuckload of cardio, which basically is meaning that you are doing endless amount of cardio 5 times a week in the gym. And to be totally honest, if you're trying to use cardio to burn off a lot of fat, it's not going to help you in a sustainable way, because if you are someone who are at the gym and you are spending an hour on the treadmill and you burn like 500 calories, 300, 500 calories, it's very easy for you to just eat that back, because too many people, they are using cardio to overeat. So if they're going to the gym and they are burning 500 calories and then they just go home and just not having sure what their calories are, they are just basically just eating like 2 cupcakes, and then all that effort is just wasted away. So what you should definitely do is that you should have focusing on your dieting, that you have a maintenance calorie first, and then you use that to find a calculator to figure that out, and then you also subtract that with 200 or 500 calories, then you are in a calorie deficit. Because if you're not even doing that, you are basically just wasting your fucking time in the gym, because working out with strength training and also cardio helps you put yourself in a calorie deficit. So you, through your dieting, are in a calorie deficit Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday, like 500 to 500 calories, 7 days, that's like 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound. And through your diet, like through your workout and steps, you are in creating an additional 3,500 calorie deficit with Monday to Sunday. You're doing that, so that's 7,000 calorie deficit where you are losing 2 pounds a week. But if you don't even have any clue how many calories you need to eat on a daily basis, you're just going to the gym and hoping that just doing this 1 hour of cardio is going to help you. But essentially, when you just come home, you just eat whatever the fuck you want. So you're not tracking yourself, giving you any, setting you up self for success, because essentially you're not able to track anything. So that's definitely the first mistakes you want to avoid. So just fucking track your diet. And also, if you are lifting weights, you are building a lot more muscle, and by building more muscle, you are also going to burn more fat, like every day, like 100 or 200 calories more. And you're also making sure that your metabolism is just at a high. And also, by building a lot more muscle, you are reshaping your body so it looks more toned, muscular. Because if you have a lot of fat around your body and you are utilizing strength training to break down these muscle tissues, and through your dieting you are removing all this fat around the muscles, you are just looking more defined and toned. So it's just better in regards to, if you just doing cardio, you're just losing all the fat around your body and you're essentially just looking like a thin person. And of course, have 45% of your daily calories from protein and carbs, 40%. And the next mistake you're making is that you're starving yourself and then you're overeating. What that basically means is that you're probably going on these 500 calorie or 1,000 calorie deficit or calorie diets because you've been seen is so popular that you are fasting 5 days, for example, eating five, and then you are eating 500 calories, and then you're fasting, water fasting, like a couple of days. But the problem is that it's not so long term sustainable, because if you are depriving yourself, you are having that mentality that is not long term, and eventually you just go throw up and give up your efforts to lose weight because you feel like you are living an extreme life. Let's imagine that you are doing water fasting for 3 days. You're not eating anything, you're only drinking water. And of course, you're going to lose weight, but that's mostly just water weight, because if you usually eat a lot of carbs and you're not eating any carbs anymore, so for 1 gram of carb, there's 4 grams of water attached. So if you are cutting down your 50%, if you're cutting all your carbs from your diet, of course you're going to lose a lot of weight, but it's just water weight. And then if you are going back to your normal diet after 3 days, you're just eating all the carbs back, and you just gain a lot of water weight back. So it just makes you feel very frustrated that you're just doing this and then you're losing weight and just coming back. And you're also not setting yourself for success, because if you are, for example, doing this 500 calorie deficit, 500 calorie diets, you are just not giving yourself enough energy throughout the day, because if you are eating so low calories, you don't have any energy to perform your daily task, and you also have higher chances of you binge eating and also feeling very fatigued, because carbs are helping you with recovering faster. So what you should definitely do is just increase your carbs more, and also focusing on slow and steady when you're trying to lose weight. That could, for example, be 200 or 500 calorie deficit, because it's just long-term sustainable. And also have that mindset that it takes like 12 to 16 weeks to lose a lot of weight, and how much you are losing every week depends on how much effort you're putting in. For example, if you are doing this 500 calorie deficit like every single week, and also let's say you're working out 5 times a week with strength training, and you're doing cardio on a stationary bike, 120 or 150 heart rate, and you're also going 6,000 steps a day, you will of course lose 1 to 2 pounds, but eventually you just drop like 1 pound, or sometimes 2 pounds, or sometimes nothing. But you can also measuring when you are coming to tracking your progress that you are building muscle, like you're building 300 grams of muscle, and maybe you only lost like 200 grams of fat. But that's just up and down when it comes to losing weight. So you shouldn't be so worried about that, as long as you stick to your calorie deficit, and also taking progress pictures before, after, like from the front, back, and the side, and also have good lighting. And that helps you to be more aware of how your body is changing throughout the day, so you don't feel so frustrated when you're not seeing any changes on the scale. I would love to know, what is your biggest takeaway so far? Just comment below. And the third mistake you're making is that you are just ignoring strength training. Strength training is just helping you build a lot more muscle, and building more muscle helps you also burn a lot more fat, just like I mentioned earlier. And also, if you are someone who's wanting to look more confident at work, wearing nice suits or dresses, having less fat around your whole body, and like replacing that with muscle, like, of course it's not you can replace it, but it's just like you're losing a lot of fat around the muscles that you have. That makes you appear more confident, strong. And if you're building your body in the right way, let's imagine that you're in a calorie deficit, you're removing all the fat around your whole body, and then you're building up your shoulder, your cleavage here, and have a small waist by losing weight all around the body. And then you have a beautiful tight back and toned arms, and also thighs that are muscular. That helps you get that hourglass figure. That is also what is a scabulum when, for example, fashion stores, they are making these mannequins, so they are using this as a scabulum to make people look more confident. Like, these are what you're seeing in the windows of the stores, that they are so beautiful. So if you're sculpting your body like a mannequin, figure, it's just way easier for you to fit any clothes, and you also appear just more confident and have high energy and dominant when you're doing the presentations. And not only is strength training helpful for you to lose weight, but it also gives you a lot of strength. If let's imagine that you are a construction worker, waiter, and or you're someone who's just sitting down a lot, helping you building a lot of muscle gives you more strength and posture that you're sitting at the chair without feeling so many struggles like sitting upright. And with you are someone who's on your feet a lot and you are carrying a lot of things, it just feels less hard for you, and you're also avoiding a lot of injuries if you are feeling strong. Because if you are, for example, lifting something and you are not lifting the right way, you just end up hurting your joints or something else that is going to damage your capabilities of keeping at this job for a long time. And the fourth biggest mistake you're making is that you are focusing on quick fixes and fat diets, because fat diets, they can be like water fasting, and it can be keto diet, carnivore diet, it can be juice diet. Fat diets basically just means that you are eliminating a lot of food groups, and by doing that, you are not giving yourself the chances of having a balanced diet. Balanced diet just means that you're getting enough protein, like 40 grams of protein, 40% of your daily calories from protein, 40% of your daily calories from carbs, and also 20% of fat. The reason why you want to have a combination of these things is that you are, with protein, you're building a lot of muscle, and you're also reducing the cravings and also the hunger levels. And with carbs, you're giving yourself better recovery. If you're eating a lot of carbs, you're just sleeping much better, you have higher energy levels, and you also have more energy to work out and perform the daily task, and not only focusing on working out, but having a lot more energy to do all the things that you want, like playing with your kids. And fat diets, they are just so extreme that I don't know who the fuck come up with it. I think it's because people want to earn money and focusing on the next shiny object, where they just trying to promote something with, if you're only eating like carnivore diet, where it's just eating plain meat. But the problem is that there's so much high saturated fat, and also a lot of fat makes you feel also you have higher blood pressure and your higher cholesterol. So instead of switching to a low fat diet, where if you're trying to like following a diet and you have 2000 calories to be in the maintenance calories, and you reduce that to 200, so it's like 1800 calories. So if you are someone who's trying to get as much calories, let me try to rephrase this. If you're someone who's trying to feel as full as possible when you're on a diet without feeling hungry, you need to eat low calorie dense food that is making you feel fuller for longer. So that's why I always recommend that you're eating like meat that are very lean. There could be lean chicken breast, turkey breast, it could be turkey bacon, eggs, salmon. These are just very high in protein and low in calories. Maybe not so much salmon, but there's also flank steak, and also having a lot of vegetables, because that's also very high in makes you feel very full, like dense, and also very low in calories. And also yogurt, like Greek yogurt for example, or high protein yogurt. So by implementing these things, you're just feeling much fuller when you're trying to lose weight. And also 4 or 5 liters of water helps you reduce the cravings when you're trying to lose weight, and stick to this plan so you don't binge eat so much. And the last mistake you're making is that you are just trying to do this alone. To be told up front, I tried this doing alone for like 2 years, but I didn't see any fuck progress. I was working out like 5 times in the gym, like a week, doing a fuckload of cardio, and after not seeing the results that I want, I didn't know how to track my progress, so like weighing myself and taking body measure and pictures. It was just a disaster. So after I was feeling fed up with this, I invested in like 3 fitness coaches. I learned something from every single one of them, but the last fitness coach taught me about calories, maintenance calories, macros like protein, carbs, and fat, and how to structure in your diet plan based on foods that you really enjoy, and just also making sure that you are able to implement free meals where you once a week just eating what the fuck you want, because that helps you. If you're in a calorie deficit diet, your metabolism is just slowing down, and eventually you also have low energy levels, and through working out and doing the cardio and steps, you're going to burn fat. But essentially you just want to implement a free meal after a couple of like 6 days, where you are increasing your metabolism by eating a lot more food, like calories. There could be like 1,700 or 1,000 calories above your current calories. But that's basically just it. I hope this video was helpful for you. So if you're an ambitious professional, you're so fucking tired of being at your heaviest weight, frustrated with all the failed diets you've been doing, and your health is at risk, you have diabetes and struggling with health issues, and you want to lose the weight and keep it off, there's a link in the description and also in the comment section where you can book a free strategy call with me. I would love to help you. If you're fit for what I do, I'd love to invite you into my program. Talk to you soon. Bye.